Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about Fate Remnant Collide. So yeah, let us begin, shall we, ladies and gents? As we go to the perspective of the servant from last video, as he's currently going through the streets, taking care of some of the White Fang members, killing them with the bayonet attached to his, to his, which I just confirmed is that of a M1 Garand with an iron sight. As he's currently killing them, as right beside him was a dog? Well, it's definitely sort of a dog. Not a normal one, at least. As he would say, what is it, boy? He would say, as the dog would be barking, going in towards that direction. As he would say, so, it seems that we found someone. Interesting, he would say. As he would cock his gun once again, reloading his bullet. After doing so, he would look and would see someone fighting, revealing that of a woman with whitish hair and bluish eyes, as she's currently fighting against several White Fang members, as right beside her was that of another man. The man in question would start firing off blasts from his pistols, as while doing so he would say, "Hurry up, let's take care of the rest of them," as he would look towards the woman right beside him, as she would say, "Very well, General," she would say, as she would start using what seemed to be magecraft to him, as she would summon in several creatures that resembled the creatures that he fought last time, mostly outside of the city, but instead of being black and red with white bone-like accents, instead they were white and blue, as they would charge in towards the enemy with the animal features, as he would crush them alive. As well, seeing this, the now servant would say, "Interesting." As while saying this, he would look towards the direction of the quote-unquote general, as he would see that one of the White Fang members would be wielding that of a axe or a chain axe, as he would say, "Die, you bastard!" As while swinging the axe, he would say, I guess it's my turn then." As he would get ready his shot, as he would say, "Open fire." As saying this, a magic circle would start forming around the gun, as you'd say, "Pierce and destroy." As after saying this, it would shoot off a blast, as the bullet would freeze the enemy in place, killing them. As when seeing this, one of them would say, "Who are you?" said the man known as the general, as he would say, "I guess it's time for me to reveal myself." As he would jump down from his vantage point and would slow down the fall with the help of his rifle, which he used another sort of I guess you could say magic circle that created, I guess you could say cold winds that cushioned his fall, as he would say this, "Servant, assassin, it's nice to meet you," he would say. As when hearing this, the man knows the general would say, "Wait, are you perhaps one of my... are you perhaps one of Rex's servants?" As he would say, "I don't know who this Rex person is, but hearing that, he sounds like he has multiple servants by his side. But may I ask of you, may I ask for you to become my master?" he would say. After hearing these words, we would go back to where Rex and the rest of the his other companions would be. We would go back to Rex, as Rex would be walking with the walking through the deck of the ship, notice the Golden Hind from the last episode, as he would say, "So guys, how do you feel about..." As one of Team Indigo would say, Gwen being that of the one with the, I guess you'd say, purplish skirt, and I guess you'd say like kunais would say, can we get down soon? I'm afraid of heights, she would say. As while hearing that, Rex would say, oh, don't worry, we'll be, hey, as you would look towards his servant being that of, as the servant being that of Sir Francis Drake, as Rex would say, hey, when are we gonna get there? As she would say, just in a few more hours. And also, try not to get yourself hurt, lassie, she would say, as she would smile with her, enthusiastic face, as she would say, that's for you to say, she would say, obviously afraid of heights, as one of the other members being that of Do would say, hey, you, don't worry, we'll be down soon, okay? And also, as she would look at some of the other, members of Team Wrath, and also Milshia and, Melanie, as they would also be, checking out some of the cargo that they gotten from their mission. As one of them would ask, being that of Octavia, the one with the reddish, the redhead, would say, so, what are you doing? Said a somewhat curious Octavia. As one of them specifically that of, I think it was Melania? Let me just double check. The white dressed one, Melanie, would just be checking some of the stock, as she'd say, good. I thought some of the goods were damaged. As Milshia would say, yeah, he would probably be pretty mad, she would say. As Rex would say, so is there anything wrong? As she would say, specifically that Melanie, the white dressed one. No, not really. Just thank God that there's no any damaged goods. As Rex would say, let me see that, he would say. As while looking through some of the items, he would say, dang, it's almost like the exact stuff that I would usually get back at home. Or back in my home world. Before I prefer not to dwell on the past, he would think to himself. As while thinking this, he would say, ooh, Chardonnay. Interesting. As while looking through some of the goods, one of his teammates, specifically that Tina would say, guys, I think we're almost there at Vale, and there's a lot of things happening. As when Rex heard that, he would say, like what? As before he can say anything else, he would see the situation. He would see several people being attacked by White Fang members, but most of them are easily being defeated by the hunters and huntresses that are down below. As Rex would say, as he would look towards his servant, being that of Francis Drake, as he would say, get us down there immediately. Try not to get yourself caught. Got it? As she would say, very well, master, she would say. As she would say, full speed ahead! As after saying this, she would rotate the wheel of her ship as she would slowly start going down towards the ground, specifically at the front gates of Vale, which are now blown open, by the way. As we go to another perspective, being that of Cinder, as she's currently helping, quote unquote, hunters, some of the huntsmen nearby. As she would say, come on everybody, let's go, she would say, as she would be using her semblance, quote unquote, as she would start creating glass like weapons, as she would start slicing through everybody. As while doing so, she would think to herself, Adam, that idiot, she would say, as she would think to herself, and what the heck happened to him? As she would remember the last time they met, which was earlier. As while thinking this, she would think to herself, also, as she would start using her skill, specifically that of not really skill, but more like using her, telepathy with her servant, or now servant, as she would say this. Hey, as she would say that in a somewhat, I guess you could say softer tone, in a way, as while saying this, a voice would come up, meaning that of, what is it, my daughter, she would say. As she would say, can you help some of the citizens without being noticed? As she would say, such a kind soul you have. Very well then, my lovely little daughter, she would say with a cute tone. I should say, fine, fine. As while saying this, the now servant would reveal herself as she would start charging in at full speed towards some of the White Fang members, some of the taking care of some of the civilians nearby. As she would say this to herself, this certainly feels weird. She would say that to herself. As currently, we now currently see that of Roman, as Roman is currently going through the city himself, as he's currently going like shit, 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 shit. As while saying this, you would see, or at least behind him, was that of multiple policemen. As you would say, get the get that thief over there, they would say, as all of them would be charging in at full speed trying to catch him. As while doing so, he would say, shit, 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 as he would grab onto, I guess you could say, a guard railing, as he would jump down Assassin's Creed style, as you would think, break my fall, break my fall, break my fall, as while saying this, unfortunately, below him was a dumpster. As when he fell down, he would say, ah, my back! As while saying this, he would get out of there as you'd say, damn, my back, ow, ow, that felt painful, ow. As while saying this, he would get out of the alleyway that he came from, as in the dumpster. As you'd say, shit, why were those animals doing that in the first? As before he can say anything else, he would look up right in front of him and would see a lot of policemen. As you'd say, we got him, boys. As while saying this, you would say, oh, fuck. As we would move on to another perspective. As you would say this, specifically Rex, as he finally gone down from from the ship, as you would say, alright everybody, let's split up, let's go, he would say. As after saying that, one of them would say, wait up, as before she can say anything else, as in the person that's saying it is Nebula, Rex would jump off with the help of his other servants, being that of the ones that he summoned earlier, like for example, Li Shuen, the Yumi Ren, and also John the Ark and James Moriarty and other such servants. As while saying this, or at least while saying this, one of his teammates, specifically that of Walter, would say, guess I should be going then. I also need to help some people out as well. As after saying this, he would start using his semblance, being that of the strings, as he would start flying off like, Spider-Man, or in some cases, Doflamingo. As the others would agree, including that of Team Indigo, and also Team, or not really Team, but more like Milcia and Melania. I should stop that joke. It's already getting dumb. Anyway, as we would go to the perspective of Walter, as Walter would say this to himself, I hope she's safe. As while saying this, he would get a call from someone. As after landing in a nearby, on top of a nearby building, he would say this to himself, great. As he would grab onto his scroll and look at the message, revealing that the contact, or just the one that's actually calling him, was that of Cinder. And so we will end off this episode right off here. So yeah, so bye bye.